congrats on the film. I know it's hard actually having projects right now. So I guess to start there, what was filming like for you guys?
Well, we did this actually before the whole COVID situation happened. So COVID was floating around, but not everyone, of course, knew about it other than, the government. But we had no fears in the world. We were just shooting a regular movie. And I think it was like a couple months afterwards when the what hit the fan. We were like, oh, snap. Yeah. So we were just counting our blessings, I guess you would say, in hindsight. But we shot this sucker like any other film.
All right, cool.
Yeah, no masks, no testing, none of that stuff that you have to do now.
You were normal shoot.
And you know what? We took it for granted, for real.
Yeah.
Definitely took that for granted.
You can't go anywhere without everything.
Oh, no, man. Nope.
Mask, hand sanitizer, Clorox wipes.
Dude, I got my finger pricked like 3 days in a row. I was just like, what the hell? Yeah, I was working and they were just like, fan. I was like, well, what's this for? What do you need blood for? But I was like, you know what, whatever. Do what you got to do.
No, you can't just give your blood away. You gotta know what that's about.
I gave it away. I don't know. Maybe I made a donation. I don't know.
That's sad. So, all right. So the film, you guys play love interest, but it's a high school relationship that now goes into adult life, and you reconnect. How was that process for you guys? Like, what was the mindset you had to put yourself into?
Well, I'm already a entertaining personality guy, so this was just going back down memory lane of a girl that you used to like in high school, and then you see her when you get older, because there's some girls I done seen that I liked in high school and they older now. I'm like, ooh, I'm glad she grown, So it was more of just being the same person. Like, a lot of people ask us the question, can your character relate? Is your character anything like the person who you are? And I would say, yeah, he's a gentleman. He's a attractive man. He's a hard worker. He wants something out of life, and he knows what he wants. You know what I'm saying? He knows this is the girl that he needs in his life, and he wants to have a family and live happily ever after. But there's obstacles before all of this. Before that happens. But no life and nobody's life is perfect. I tell you right now, I get on my knees and tell God right now, God, don't give me a perfect life. I want to go through the obstacles to learn from everything. So, so I can learn how to take it to teach somebody else. So thank you. So this movie, yeah, y'all gonna see today at any time you want to watch. Don't ask us no time. Just watch it when you want to watch it, because it's streaming all day. All day.
No, but I think that's like a facade that people have when it comes to relationships. You think that they're supposed to be perfect. So because I really like this person, there shouldn't be obstacles, and it's unrealistic. So, I mean, you guys get to portray that and say, quote unquote, love of my life, but there's also issues in that situation. So there's a lot of life experiences that fall into that as well.
I would say so. I mean, here's the deal. We're not perfect, so how can we expect a relationship to be perfect, Yeah. And also, it's a testament to the fact that you can't just cover up old wounds. You know what I'm saying? Sooner or later, it'll manifest later in life. And for instance, Jasmine, there were several things in her life. She had lost her parents. She had lost her mother. She, kind of left a lot of things, unsaid. And she had a void there. You know what I'm saying? So she went up, along with her life, like I said, to try to get, the perfect car, the perfect house. She became a doctor, and all these things that you're supposed to, quote, have in order to be successful and happy and fulfilled. And once she got to where she was going, she was kind of like, there's still something missing. I got this, hot ass husband, I have this, quote, to the outside, perfect marriage. Why am I still not whole? Right. And again, there was a void there that she basically didn't tend to when she was younger. And so because she let that fester, once this dude, comes along, it starts to bring up all those emotions that she didn't actually, deal with beforehand. But again, she was young, she didn't know that this stuff was still there. But again, issues in life, they will bubble up at some time. You may not know when, but they will, reappear. So, I mean, that's the cool thing about this. We have a vision of what our lives are supposed to be. And in reality, what we need spiritually may not match that. We checked some boxes and thought that was going to make us happy, and that's not necessarily the same thing.
Yeah. Now, every film at some point has some kind of influence on your personal life. What did this make you look at your life and ask questions about?
With me, I just know now from doing a movie like this, not to say I've done this before, but I know now to be more patient when I find my next love interest in my life. Be patient, talk more, ask more questions, pay attention, and just do more to and don't involve too much of your friends and family members involved in your relationship. That's when you true. First start, because not to say, of course, family is good, friends is good, but a lot of people in your business is bad. You know what I'm saying? Because if they do something little, it's always gonna be somebody in your family that might not like them just because they didn't speak to them when they came over the house, but they really good people. They gonna say the worst things about them, like, oh, she ain't good for you. She don't even speak. Mama, she probably was on something that day. She probably wasn't feeling good. Okay? You don't even know. But you just gotta just keep your relationships now, I would say, away from a lot of friends and family until you're comfortable. And the main thing, keep your relationship off of social media. Because social media is not to say it's a good thing or a bad thing. It's great, but it's bad for certain things, and it's bad for relationships because you got too many people that can see your girl. You got too many people that can see your man. There's too many people that can freely get in your DMs, say comments, be rude, be this. So if anything, when I say it like this, don't keep your relationship a secret, but keep your relationship a secret from certain people and certain things that who can mess up your relationship. And that's what my character goes through a lot in this movie, listening to friends and making them I gotta be a certain way around my buddies to act tough, but really I'm really weak and soft inside for love. But they want to be tough. I don't like that. It's like, watch who you be with, watch who you promote when you out, and just know, because social media and family and friends is a good thing. Don't get me wrong, but it can mess up your relationship.
It can mess up the relationship.
Absolutely. Protect yourself. Protect your relationship. Protect yourself. People are so judgmental, though. And that's one of the things. When you get a character, that's how you can be vulnerable with them. You can't judge them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could have looked at this thing and be like, oh, Lord, this chick is messed up. No, you don't judge that character, because someplace, there is a woman who is in the same, tumultuous situation. So you just, you can't judge people, and you can't judge your character, period. And, for me, I also had found myself in a bit of a situation like that. I mean, that's kind of how I fell into acting. I went to college, got the degree, had interned my ass off, moved to Dallas, got a job right out of school. And here I am, and I'm just like, okay, is this it? Like, I thought working in corporate America was gonna be the bomb. I thought, and while I wasn't actively looking for another occupation, once something presented itself, kind of like the character, once that, illustrious beau came into my life. And like, for me, when acting presented itself, it's like, oh, what is this? Why does this feel good? Why does this feel right? I have no idea. But I decided to kind of inch my way into it. And then I just jumped, head first and figured out, whether or not this thing was real. And acting was the thing that fulfilled my passion. You know what I'm saying? I had work and it was cool and I was successful. I was climbing the ranks, but it indeed was not the thing that was fulfilling me personally. Yeah.
When you guys, when you get to that and you get the mindset and you're on here, you're filming, what was the highlight of, I guess, for each of you, for your character in the movie?
What was the highlight?
Yeah.
The highlight, Shoot, my highlight, I would say.
What is he gonna say?
I don't know. My highlight would be with Denise Boutte. That was it. That was my highlight, just to work with Denise Boutte again. That was a highlight. I don't. It's like the highlight of the scene is, it's like I'm acting, so I'm in the character. So my highlight will honestly, this is our second time doing a movie with Denise, and we did a movie called This Christmas, and Christian played her ex-husband in that, and I played his secretary. His assistant secretary, and I was an elf. But we're not gonna get into that.
I've got pictures. Look, I've got pictures if you want them, Rashad.
So the reason why I say my highlight is Denise, from coming from an elf, and now she's my wife, and we done moved on up in the world. I would say that's my highlight. That's my highlight. That's a come up. That's a highlight, man.
Got upgraded. Well, you know what? That's the cool part about it. This thing is super heavy at times. So when you can work and play amongst somebody who's, Jackie, it's like constant, he's just funny. He's just naturally funny. He's not trying to be. So between takes, even though it's emotional, you can break out of it, really quickly, because he's just genuine. He's fun. He's happy-go-lucky. And so, again, we had a very comfortable set. Everybody worked extremely well together. The director allowed us to
make sure you shout out our youngins, Corey Wright and
Denise.
Yes, but you gotta say Denise. You gotta shout them out because they played us before we got there. But go ahead and finish, Denise. Go ahead and finish, Denise.
An awesome portrayal. So yes, shout out to the babies that established things from the beginning. That's who lays the foundation for the film. But it was just really fun to like I said, play and create along with Jackie. And after I had two leading men, of course, but I was just like, you know what? It's like, we do this in Louisiana. I want to say we're like, family. That's how we go. That's how we get down in Louisiana. But so saying it's family,
that's family.
That might be, we keep it in the family. You know what I'm saying? But it was just instant chemistry, instant like allowing us to play off of each other and create, and it just felt good. You make choices before you go on to set, you study and all this fun stuff, but then once you get there, you drop all of that and you free fall with whoever it is that you're playing against. And Jackie's such a skilled, actor. I loved him in ATL. I have to say that again. And you free fall, you have fun. You know what I'm saying? You don't overthink it. When they say action, you already in it. A lot of times when they yelled cut, we were still, you know what I'm saying? And it was just like, high five. We did that. We dropped the mic.
I can work with Denise any day. Any day I can work with Denise as a sister, a wife, auntie, whatever it is. She can roll with me on film any day. Any day. I'll take her any day. So y'all heard that out there, casting directors and producers. She can play my wife, she can play my sister, she can play my cousin, my auntie. It don't always gotta be us in the love.
That's saying a lot. I love it.
Look, wait, where the thing
at? And I am honored. Look, and I am honored. Ooh, get it, Jack. Get it, boo.
I like laughter. I don't like being quiet, man. I don't like I hate bosses who's serious. I hate they gotta wear a suit every day and they mean. I just like life to be fun, man. I don't take shit serious. Nothing. I don't take shit serious. The only thing I take serious is taking a shit. That's the only thing. Other than that, ain't shit serious. Life too short for all that, man. That's the only thing.
It is.
That's
Amen.
it, man.
And you know what? That's a testament to now. The fact that we took for granted so many things that, now it's like, damn, just a hug, just a visit, just to, again, showing up to work and not having all these restrictions, being able to, go into, a room and practice and read lines and bond or whatever on set. Those are things that I think we all, in hindsight, are like, my God, it was the simple things. It's the simple things that we took for granted. And now that we can't do it, now we're sitting back, having to reflect. That's why folks, kind of having issues or whatever, because you don't have you you don't have a choice. When you have no choice other than to be still, that's when stuff, that's when the gears start turning or whatever, and you have to deal with self. You're not directing it towards other people unless you're vicious and on the internet trying to, go at folks or whatever. But the only thing you can do is have an introspective conversation about yourself. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people found themselves and evolved and became better. But a lot of folks, if they had some issues or, other things they hadn't dealt with, that's the stuff that, again, like this guy, it bubbles up to the surface. Sooner or later, what you thought was dormant and you had pushed down, sooner or later, it will manifest and show its head. And it's all about how you are able to deal with it. And like Jackie said, who you surround yourself with. Who can you trust with that information to uplift you and support you as opposed to judge you and tear you down?
Yeah. And I think even right now, the film is so, because there are so many people who are now at home with their husbands and wives or significant others. And it's like you're now looking at their relationship and you're questioning a lot. So you're now having to deal with this person that you married or that you got into a relationship with that you've never really dealt with.
You got a lot of quality time. Yeah, you get a whole lot of
time. There's a whole lot of time. There's a whole lot of room to just kind of sit back and watch each other. And people are really starting to question their relationship. So even in that, like what you said, like even like staying off of social media and keeping your relationship as private as possible and as personable within your relationship as possible. I think a lot of people are finding now to just kind of, step away from this whole social thing and just work on self.
On self, yeah. And I'll be honest with you, a lot of times people don't know I'm married. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of times, because I don't put that on my personal life as mine. My daughter.
She's such a good actor. You don't even know she married. She be all.
See? Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it? Oh. And I have a daughter, and I very rarely, post her. Recently, I have for business purposes, yes, for my culinary side. But a lot of folks don't even know I have a daughter because I protect that, as Jackie was saying, and I keep that for myself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, like I said, I mean, it's just it's very, very important because people love you today. And as soon as you turn that wrong knob or whatever, and they built you up, honey, they ready to take you down.
They will turn on you and everything associated with you.
In 2 seconds. When you're struggling and you're
trying
to come up, they got your back. They are just like rooting for you. Then you get to a pinnacle, then they like, you know what? Let's go ahead on and start chopping this tree down or whatever, because it's like they blown up too much. You know what I'm saying? So now the darts start shooting. It's so interesting and odd how that happens.
It's weird. Oprah has a quote. She says people love success but hate successful people. So it's that. I don't even know where to categorize it after that.
That is very, very well put. Very well put.
Yeah.